So ladies, I'm glad to see that you are indoors right now because according to the New York Times, we need to stay inside. Don't go out in this treacherous summer. They had a piece posted on the 20th entitled, "Is it safe to go outside? How to navigate this cruel summer." Now they're very, very concerned about heat, about flooding, about wildfire smoke. They have made for treacherous conditions. Use this guide to determine when it is safe to head out and when you should stay home. Now, I will go ahead and say, even though when I was in Connecticut before I came down here to Jersey, we had a couple of those days where the Canadian wildfire smog was all over. You could smell the smoke. It was disgusting. I changed absolutely nothing about the way I behaved. Notwithstanding the fact that I understand it's unpleasant, that issue in particular, I can't, like the level of hysterics in here, it's almost like a whole newsroom full of Taylor Lorenz's, like the absolute panic about any sort of environmental danger. They want you, among other things, before you go outside, to check the heat index. Put your local air temperature and humidity level into this calculator with a helpful link from the Weather Service to get a localized heat index, or download an app. This is how they want you to begin your mornings. Okay, you gotta do calculations, ladies, into the heat index so you can make sure whether you can live. If the heat index is 103 degrees or above, avoid vigorous activity outdoors, limit your exposure to the heat, and so on. Excessive rainfall. The best way to navigate it is to prepare early. The Weather Service sends out different categories of flood alerts, so you need to keep your Weather Service alerts on and monitor your phone all day because the danger could strike at any time. Now, the air quality. You must monitor the air quality index. There's the heat index. That's your one app. Then you got to switch over to the other app and check out your heat, your air quality index, because you could be sucking in ground level ozone, particle pollution, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. I could go on. You could be dead by Tuesday. Where to check? The air quality index can be found at airnow.gov or AirNow app. And what to do? If the air quality is poor, you guessed it, plan to stay indoors as much as possible with the windows closed. If you must be outdoors, can you take a guess what the New York Times wants you to put on your face? Yes, you guessed it. An N95 mask to help reduce your exposure to toxins. Run, don't walk to the nearest inside underground bunker. What do you make of it?
Amazing.
I was going to say sunscreen, but I did not anticipate masks.
No, I've seen people walking around DC with masks, and some of it's probably people who have been doing it since COVID, but I really am seeing even more people that are wearing masks. So obviously they're taking the New York Times way more seriously than they should. Actually, I'm begging people to go outside because as humans, our systems desperately need us to spend time outside. Obviously not if your kid has asthma and your air quality index app is telling you that it's not safe for your little kid to go outside, but we act as though bad weather or crazy weather or extreme weather isn't normal. Although extreme weather has been normal, it will always be normal. Averages are just that. They're averages. They're numbers we come up with when, things are colder than usual and hotter than usual. That's how we get our averages. It's basic math. So extreme weather is something that is very normal for human beings. And yes, the level of chemicals all around us is different than it has been in the past. But oh my goodness, you are just fine. In fact, you need to be outside. You need to be getting sunlight. You need to be getting fresh air and exercise. So the more that the Taylor Lorenz's, to your point, Megyn, at the New York Times are huddling together, freaking out and finding new reasons that they can get off of work or work from home, whatever it is, probably just a big excuse for them to have another excuse not to take the subway. But all of this is just nonsense. You're fine. In fact, you should be outside. It's so silly.
There was another piece, like you go outside, it's really hot, it feels unsafe. Then you go back in. You say, honey, you're not going to go to tennis practice today. That's it. You don't have the 27 indexes on your phone. Like, I've got to check, I've got to do my calculations, right? It's like this sort of fear culture, Eliana. It's everywhere.
The best was, there was another piece in the Times last week. The headline was, "In Florida, swimmers brave an ocean that feels like steamy syrup." And They went
Brave.
saying how awful this was and then talked to the people at the beach. And the comments from the people at the beach were, one said, "I like it warm." Another said, "This is as close as America gets to paradise. There's something quite special here. It's peaceful." And they go on, and no one at the beach knows what the Times reporters are talking about. It is incredible.
Sounds about right. Well, then you get in another example of this. Do you guys remember, maybe our audience does too, if they waste their time on Twitter like the three of us probably do. There was this professor, Peter Hotez, who a couple of weeks ago, he refused, he ripped on RFK Jr. to high heaven about his COVID claims. And then RFK Jr. said, "Why don't you come on and debate me? You know, we can do it on Joe Rogan. We can do it at any venue of your choice. And then Joe Rogan said to this professor, "I'll give $100,000 to the charity of your choice if you do it." And this guy refused, right? Because it's totally different. If you're even Max Kendi, it's one thing to sit in front of an auditorium that's in the palm of your hand. It's another to have Coleman Hughes there presenting actual facts, you know, which is he's refused to debate Coleman, among others. And same thing for this Hotez, who's this COVID lunatic, who refused to debate RFK Jr. So he tweeted out this weekend. This is not about the hysterical New York Times article, but it was about the Barbie, Oppenheimer movies, which dominated the box office. And, you know, record numbers, the fourth largest combined opening or like weekend at the box office ever. He tweets out the following: "Not to be a Debbie Downer, but anyone worried about a post-Barbie box office COVID bump or post-Oppie will probably never know, since no one seems to be keeping track of such things anymore. Keep up with your boosters and find a pink N95 or KN95 if you can." These people were advising like on COVID and being listened to by the lunatics at CNN and probably in the Dr. Fauci circles as well, right? It's like, it is a certain level of fear porn that many Americans are still living with. For 3 days only, cbdistillery.com is giving you an exclusive offer, and it's incredible. Right now, you can get up to 50% off everything when you use code VIP. Choose from a range of carefully formulated CBD and other plant-based solutions for relaxation, stress, sleep, and pain after physical activity, even mood and focus. They extract healing plant compounds and vital nutrients for your whole body. No artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, or sweeteners, just 100% clean ingredients. Don't miss this exclusive VIP sale and get up to 50% off your order. Visit cbdistillery.com and enter VIP. That's cbdistillery.com, enter VIP, cbdistillery.com. Not available in Idaho, Iowa, or South Dakota. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.